After the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia Mohammed bin Salman announced designs for an elevated 170-kilometer-long linear metropolis called the Line that he claimed would eventually accommodate more than 9 million people, a better image of Saudi Arabia's mind-blowing Neom mega project began to take shape. However, people are being killed, kidnapped, and harassed to make the project successful by hook or by crook. But why is MBS being so desperate? What's the real reason behind the line? We'll try to find out in today's video. So without any further ado, let's get started. The line is planned to run entirely on renewable energy, put an emphasis on personal health and well-being, and aid in the state's preservation of around 95% of all the current land in Neom. To minimize infrastructural intrusion into the natural environment, the development will be limited to a 34-square-kilometer area. The line's designs show how Neom envisions metropolitan areas to look in a world devoid of traffic, automobiles, and pollutants. The metropolis will eventually house 9 million people and have a footprint of 34 square kilometers, which is unusual compared to other cities with comparable populations. As a result, the infrastructure footprint will be less and municipal operations will become more efficient than before. The line will only use renewable energy, placing a higher priority on people's health and well-being than on infrastructure and transportation. Basic amenities will always be within a 5-minute walk of the building because of its hyper-proximity engineering, which also includes a high-speed train with a 20-minute end-to-end travel time. The line, a revolutionary take on urban planning, is based on the idea of piling city services vertically while allowing people to move effortlessly in all three directions, up, down, or across to access them. This theory is known as zero-gravity urbanism. Vertical layers of public parks and pedestrian spaces, schools, houses, and workplaces enable residents to travel easily. The city's outside will be covered in a mirror facade, giving it a distinctive appearance and enabling it to fit in with the surrounding environment. A group of famous architects and engineers will design its interior, which is created to provide unique encounters and spectacular moments. Prince Mohammed stressed the need to address the growing pressure on urban areas and create solutions for a fast-rising global population. The line will be the first metropolis in the world to run entirely on clean energy sources, including hydrogen, solar, and wind. The length of commutes will double by 2050. 1 billion people will need to migrate by 2050 as a result of increasing sea levels and carbon dioxide emissions. A hyper-train line will pass through the city to enhance transportation. An electric system fueled by renewable resources will run this train route. Excavators can be seen excavating a large trench in the desert in recent drone footage of the line that was published by the OT Sky drone firm. This indicates that development on the massive project has begun. By considerably upgrading construction technology and manufacturing processes, the city's design will be fully digitalized and the construction will be heavily industrialized. The unveiling of the line's designs is a continuation of Neom's advancement in the creation of its flagship initiatives. However, it is crucial to adhere to cutting-edge urban design technologies that will grab the interest of investors and future city dwellers. If not, Neom would be added to the lengthy list of Gulf cities that are still under construction. The main barrier to massive initiatives like Neom and the line is money. According to research, Saudi Arabia has had little success in luring financial support and investment from other governments and businesses. Although Neom was initially intended to be finished by 2030 with a $500 billion budget, some sources say that the metropolis may not be finished until 2050, which would result in a huge rise in prices. Because of this, it is anticipated that the project as a whole, including the line, will cost the kingdom $1 trillion, and this might even bankrupt the country. The Public Investment Fund, the kingdom's sovereign wealth private investment fund, is funding the project. However, Riyadh has not been successful in forming any financial alliances for Neom, with the exception of conversations with certain international businesses, especially Russian ones, to develop parts of the infrastructure. The kingdom's oil exports, which have been erratic in recent years, are a major factor in the financial survival of PIF. Riyadh anticipated a huge fiscal deficit of more than $79 billion in 2020. The funding of the Neom project is anticipated to have financial ups and downs in a nation where around 60% of its financial resources come from oil and just 9% from non-oil exports in 2021. The market's financial limitations and a goal to become less reliant on oil led to the introduction of a 5% value-added tax in 2018, which was subsequently quadrupled to 15% in 2020. Some Saudis who will eventually shoulder the financial weight of this project due to tax pressure and inflation have voiced their displeasure with the extravagant expenditure on high-profile projects. In the province of Tabuk in the northwest is Neom. The Hawitat clan, which has farmed in this province for many generations, was set to lose their land in April 2020, according to plans made by the Saudi government. One of the members of this tribe, Abdul Rahim al-Hawiti, refused to turn over his ancestral property to the government and posted a video on YouTube warning that he would be killed. He was shot twice by the police shortly after that, killing him. Human rights advocates launched a chorus of protests following his death. Additionally, religious communities all around the nation have voiced their displeasure with MBS's secularization of Saudi culture and his attempts to modernize the nation through initiatives like Neom and Vision 2030. When the plan was first unveiled, it was stated that the city would be built on virgin land. However, this land is not truly virgin and is already home to several communities, including members of the Hiawatha tribe who were evicted for MBS's ambitious vanity project. Saudi security forces have harassed and kidnapped everyone who has ventured to voice their opposition to the government's objectives, or who has refused to give up their possessions or houses, detained them, or in some cases, killed them. Several business partners were obliged to withdraw from the Neom agreement due to the controversy surrounding the subject. For once, even if we assume that the project is approved and the line is implemented, the project is anticipated to be accompanied by sensor cameras and facial recognition technology, which in such a small area seems too problematic in a state where women's rights are still severely restricted and where homosexuality is illegal. In a situation like this, government surveillance appears oppressive and dangerous in many ways. But why is the Prince MBS trying so hard to build the line after all these difficulties? What's his real intention? Actually, Saudi Arabia is pursuing its interest in wind and solar energy, but the main justification for this seems to be to increase the amount of oil available for export. For instance, the 1 million people who will live in MBS's new fanciful metropolis Neom, which is expected to cost $500 billion to build, will be entirely powered by wind and solar energy. The first green hydrogen manufacturing in the kingdom will also take place at Neom, since all the energy required to produce it will come from solar and wind power. Although MBS states that he intends to make Saudi a country less reliant on oil, it seems he plans to boost the export. Before now, Mohammed bin Salman stated his plans for Saudi Arabia. Establishing the kingdom as a global investment powerhouse is one of the main objectives of building the line. The nation's investing prowess will be put to use by the Crown Prince to strengthen the economy and broaden the nation's revenue streams. The fact that Saudi Arabia is home to two of the holiest places on earth, Mecca and Medina, is what Mohammed bin Salman views as more valuable than oil. When praying, more than 1 billion Muslims face the Kaaba, which is located in Saudi Arabia. To connect the three continents of Asia, Europe, and Africa, the Crown Prince plans to use Saudi Arabia's excellent geographic location. According to Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia is the gateway to the world and the center of trade owing to its geographical location between significant international waterways. Although Saudi Arabia is mostly recognized for its oil, the Crown Prince claims that the country also possesses gold, phosphate, uranium, and many other precious minerals. However, in his opinion, Saudi Arabia's real wealth lies in the ambitions of its people and the potential of the future generation. Saudi Arabia is dedicated to enhancing and expanding its economic capabilities and converting its key advantages into resources that will enable a fully diversified future under Mohammed bin Salman's leadership. He intends to develop Aramco from an oil producer into a global corporation and make the Public Investment Fund the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. Additionally, Saudi Arabia will encourage its top corporations to venture outside national borders and explore foreign markets. It plans to produce 50% of its military requirements inside the borders of the kingdom to boost job opportunities for residents and save more resources for the country. We can see the real intention of MBS is way deeper than it looks. But, according to experts, the vision of the prince is too ambitious. Even some say that the line will never become a reality. But what about you? What do you think of the future of Saudi Arabia? Let us know in the comments below. Hit like to show your support for our work. Also, keep in mind to press the bell icon to receive any updates as to when we upload brand new videos. And subscribe to the channel in order to never miss any updates from us. Please, like and share this video with your family and your friends so they can also see our great videos. We will be right back in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.